Stamping friends, it's Marilyn here at Stamping Creations with Marilyn, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. So welcome to my Thursday evening. We are on March the 10th, and can't believe already this coming weekend is daylight saving time is going to change here again for us. So just leave me a comment, let me know where you're watching from, whether it's on your couch, laying in your bed, or sitting at your craft table, wherever, or if you want to include where you're watching from as far as where you live, that would be great too. I love seeing where people watch from and hearing their comments as to what they like and don't like. Do you have daylight saving time where you are? We do, and we have had for a number of years. And personally, I am really liking the sunshine in the morning now when I'm up, and not sure I'm going to like what's happening after Sunday when it changes again. So not much I can do about it. There's, that's the way it is. We just have to go with the flow like we do with so many other things. So welcome. If it's your first time with me, I'm going to talk a little bit, then I'm going to turn the camera down to my desk and make a card with you and keep talking for about half an hour or something like that. And I really encourage you to comment and comment to each other. It's become a great community that we have here, and I love it. Love every one of you for joining and for taking part. A couple things that I want to remind you of. I do have some classes. I have a monthly card club. I have a 12-month of Christmas cards class that I'm doing this year. Hello, Kathleen. Welcome. And Bonnie. And the 12-month of Christmas card class we had today, so I do have the cards from that I'm going to share with you. Just show you what we did, because I really like them. And I have another specialty class each month, and this month is going to be Fun Folds on the 23rd of March. So deadline for that is it's either past or coming. I can't remember the exact date, but anyway, that one is there. And I have a birthday card class coming up in April. So just keep your eyes open on my social media and in my newsletter. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, that's where all the information is. Hello, Doreen. Hello, Karen. Good to see you guys. Just wasn't quite sure tonight when I went to sign on. My phone looked different. And as we know, Facebook changes things without telling us. And I thought, oh boy, I'm going to be a different upside down or something. So signed on for a couple minutes early. So none of you are late. I'm just love seeing you here. So please keep commenting. I do put all of your names in a draw for the card we make this week. I'll draw next week. I have that all set up to do at the end of tonight's session. So without further ado, I am going to find that button. I hope that, hey Tracy, hi. The button that turns the camera around. And while I do that, I've been thinking lots about the retired list that's coming out soon. And I'd like to know what you think is going to retire out of the annual catalog. We know that the in colors and everything that, well, pretty well everything that is with them is going to retire. Last time there was a paper, I can't remember which one it was, maybe some of the rest of you on here that are demonstrators can remember. There was some of the paper that still had colors, in colors that had retired, that were still with us. So that might happen. But stamp sets, let me know what stamp set you think might be retiring. So hi Linda, welcome. I'm going to turn you to see the other side of my room and slowly turn you over, and we'll go down to where I can see my desk and you can see my desk. And there we are. So please, like I say, please comment, let me know what you think might be retiring. And let's turn some volume down on my iPad here so I can actually watch what comments there are. So yes, the annual catalog. On page 123 are the in colors. Hello, Betty. Welcome. And as always, they cover 2 years. So we currently have 2021 to 2023. The 2020 to 2022 are going to be retiring. Hello, Sonia. Welcome. So these colors, especially if there's anything in there that you really liked and you really want to get more of, do it soon. I was on the website today and I noticed that a lot of the inks, not necessarily just these, but all of the inks, the refills are on unorderable and on low inventory. So again, just a word of caution that if you're looking for any of those, check with it now. So we have up to page 119 out of this catalog, and I'm not going to go through it one by one, but we have all of these stamp sets, and some of them have been around for a while. Others, if I can find one, like this one that has an N in front of it, was new in this catalog, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that it's going to stay longer. It might only be here for this catalog, or it might be here for 2 or 3. I don't know how they decide, and I am just very thankful that I don't have to decide, because I like lots of them. So a couple other things just to remind you of before we make the card is that these specials are not in the catalog. We have an all-together special, runs till May 2nd, which is these dies and stamp sets and paper, black and white paper. These blends will be in the new catalog, but they're not all available right at the moment. I think Sailing Home will be leaving us. You think so, Bonnie? Could be. And again, we have no way of knowing until we actually get that list on the 23rd. So keep that open. If you're interested in looking at it, we'll certainly be sharing it throughout. Lots of us as demonstrators, and I know there's a lot of you on here that are demonstrators. We'll be sharing that. We'll be letting you know, and lots of things do sell out quickly, so just be aware of that. If there's something you really, really want, maybe get it sooner than later. Waves of the Ocean is another special happening till May 2nd, and this is the one that I highlighted last week. The stamp set and dies will be carried forward to the new catalog, but the paper and the embellishments are not. They're only while supplies last. So, hey Marie, glad you made it back in time. Good to see you. Savings Are in Bloom is another special, just for the month of March though. And this one is highlighting the mini cut and emboss, regular 82 for $65.50. Can you tell my eyes aren't focusing right? Something like the camera. And these die bundles are on sale for that month as well, and all of these will fit in that mini cut and emboss. And I went through my list today and happened to only have 2 of them, but I'm really leery excuse me, of purchasing more, just because I don't know what's going to retire. So help me share what you think is going to retire maybe out of these. I don't see Sailing Home on here, Bonnie, probably because it's too big to go in the mini, but the others, and I haven't pardon me, I haven't been able to see all of them. Tracy has a number. In Bloom, Peaceful Moments, Forever Fern. I hope not. Peaceful Moments, I use just about every class I do because I love the words in there. And the Forever Fern, even though we had it early last catalog, I hope it stays too. But like I say, I have no control over that. So tonight, if there's no other questions, hello, Julie, and Kim, good to see you. Please let us know where you're watching from and what set you think might be retiring out of the catalog. Love to hear from everybody. Tonight, I'm going to concentrate on this bundle. This is in our new mini. And as always, if you don't have catalogs, let me know. And you live in Canada, I can certainly get one to you. So this bundle on page 37 is called Daffodil Daydream Bundle. Makes me think of spring with daffodils. This card is to do with this set, but there's a lot of different ideas on here, and the stamp set comes with these stamps. A little bit easier to see here. The daffodils that you can color, the butterfly, a couple of words, a border, and little splatter dots. Those are always handy to have in your collection. It comes as a bundle, and it comes with lots of pieces in the die set, 24 dies. I haven't used it in the mini cut and emboss, but I'm thinking that it would fit because the biggest pieces, I'll show you what I've done with them. I've taken the dies, and it took me a while. If any of you are intimidated by these sets that have lots of dies, don't be. Once you look at it and once you figure out how they go together, they're actually quite neat. So this is the biggest one, and it's certainly not over 3 inches, and that's what our mini cut and emboss fits. So you have these 3 that you can cut and color. You have a bud and I'm going to call it an overlay, and then I put them together in the same, the same color. Tonight's card, we're going to use 2 different colors to do that. And then the stems and the leaves. This particular one, you have an overlay, a leaf, and this is what they look like together. So they're made, it all fits, Tracy. Yes, they all fit together perfectly. The same with the center. And I used the white to try and offset and show you how they go together. And this is a piece that just fits at the back here. So that's a different shape of a flower, for lack of a better description. And then this one has, I've actually combined 2 of these sets and the the centerpiece for that and the green again. So I like to do that with my dies so that I can see what they're going to look like. And like I say, once you get them all figured out, which did take a while because I'll show you what it looks like when you open the package. Like, wowzer, hey? Look at all of those. So you have the 4 different pieces for the stems, and I was doing all of this, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to show you this, that it really doesn't take a lot of your cardstock. Like, I was able to cut multi of these, and I ended up putting them on the cardstock and using washi tape to hold them because they're really thin and they didn't lay where I wanted them to. So I used the washi tape. Then when I took it off here, they all stuck to the washi tape, and I could lay them down for the next one. So it was quite easy to work with them. Then the dies, because these overlay pieces, you can use liquid glue to put them on, but I found I like adding adhesive sheet. So this is So Saffron, and this is Daffodil Delight, the 2 colors we have. So for tonight's project, which is this one, I have used this for my overlay and this for the main part of the flower. So I cut all of that out. You don't have to watch me do that, but I just wanted to show you the dies. And like I say, don't be intimidated by the number of pieces. I, over the years, have lost a few. So what I do with mine, when I get them, yes, it does have a number down here, but I like making it bigger. And I also write the name of the stamp set that it goes with. So when I'm done with a class or something like this, I will make sure I have 24 dies in there before I put that away. So let's get started, and I'll show you how I put that card together. There's no other questions. I don't see anything drastic. This is the card. I have used the mercury glass, Hydrangea Hill mercury glass paper at the back. And it is really kind of a neat paper to work with. It comes with the Highland Heather, and the other color in the package is Rococo Rose. That's the one I mentioned earlier, one that retired. Rococo Rose was a, pardon me, a color that retired last year, and yet it's in this paper that was carried forward. So you can see I've used a lot of that paper, but I have enough left for this card. Like I say, I have the die cuts done. I have got a lot of extra pieces because during the year I make different card classes and use my adhesive sheets. And if there is just enough left to make something, and you can see these are quite small pieces, so they now all have adhesive sheet on the back of them for using later. And these cases that we have, this had jingle bells in it, they're perfect for that. So for my pieces here, I have my 11 by 4 1/4 card, and these are all my pieces I'm going to put together. So what I would do is lay them out to create my flowers, lay out all the pieces, and I need 2 of each of these. And if it takes me too long to take off the adhesive sheet cover, I will finish the card later. I won't hold you up for that. But so I'm using that. And then for my bud, I'm just going to use these. Hello, Karen. Good to see you. So awful tickle in my throat. I do use my Take Your Pick tool to get started with peeling the backing off the adhesive sheets. And then by just watching what other people had done, I know that these are going to fit together like such. And if you don't push it down, yes, you can move it a little bit. And that's all there is to it. So you can see, hopefully you can see a little bit of variety in the color. These pieces, and there's some maybe that I can show you where I used just pieces of the adhesive sheets. If you look at them, there is a kind of a square edge on there, and it goes with that one. So I found that if I line those up and kept the centers all good, there's my pieces. So like I say, once you get a system, it's not too bad. I wouldn't want to make hundreds of these, like you see some people do, but it is really neat. I have another set to show you and some samples at the end of another bundle that is similar with lots and lots of pieces, but so many ideas. I did go onto a website to see colors for daffodils, and basically I only saw yellows. Does anybody know if there are others? A few years ago, we had a set. Now help me, ladies. I can't remember. I don't think it was daffodils then, that they came in every color of the rainbow. Maybe it was. Again, I'm just using that corner as my starting point, and there I was able to move it even though. So, whoops, not that piece. This one. While I'm doing this, just to tell you as well, that acetate paper, it does have a film on the back of it, and I think it's to protect the back of it is silver. I'll show you that in just a sec. And I think it's to protect it from getting scratched when it's being shipped and whatever. So for the longest time, I did not know that you had to remove that protective layer. And it's a little worse than trying to remove this. So I have started that. So that won't take us too long. So all I did was match all of these up like this, and then built the flowers there. This is what I wanted to show you. Even if you don't have to have it totally covered, just a little like that. And that's where, for using pieces of your paper and pieces of your adhesive sheets, and I won't want that piece in there. These, even though these are little dies that you have to use, they work awesome for it. So there are my pieces. Now I'm going to put them together, and my stems, you can see the leaves are a bit wider, thicker than my, oh, that's handy. I don't, oh, there it is. I was going to say, I was sure I had enough pieces. So I have these, you have one that goes either direction, and if you put, what I found, if I put a little bit of glue on my thinner one, and I don't need a lot right at the moment, and then placed my leaf where I thought I wanted it, it's a starting point. It will need to be, whoa, well that's really handy. Will need to be trimmed. And I'm going to pick up just a little bit of glue there. That one down there, and now don't lay my fingers in it. And this one, I will just pick up the glue on that and tack them together. And don't touch them for a couple minutes while they dry. Narcissus is a white and pink flower that looks like a daffodil. Thanks, Tracy. Good to know. Like I say, I know what flowers I like when I go to the greenhouses, but I'm really not very good at knowing what they're called. So while those are drying, I'm just going to attach, you can tell that's a new bottle of glue, right? These center to center, and these center to center, because I'm making two. I'm going to try and duplicate that card, not perfect, obviously. And then my centers. Now you might be wondering why this is darker in here. I used Wink of Stella and, quit moving that while I'm trying to do this. Liquid glue is great because you can adjust it, but it's not great when you want it to stay stuck like this. So I don't think there's any right or wrong to doing that. So I'll let those dry for a little bit. Back to this. I used Wink of Stella and my ink. I pushed really hard because these pads aren't great. Got some ink here. Used my Wink of Stella to add some glimmer, and it's even hard for me to see, and I'm right here, but it is shiny. I did the whole centerpiece, and it looks dirty, so I'm not going to do that on tonight's card. That's going to one of you, so don't be worried. Okay, so once these are dry enough, they are just going to go on top like that. So again, I'm not going to worry about that glue other than try to keep out of it. I'm just going to add some glue here for it to attach to, and it could go under just like that. So I don't think there is much of a right and wrong for these two anyway. I'm just going to do that. But for the bud, I did want to have it underneath, so I'm going to put my glue on here. And again, just a touch of it. And you can see that the top of the greenery fits right around that bud. And try and lay that where it's not going to stick too bad. So my flowers are ready. So now let's go on to the card. And like I said, I have it 11 by 4 1/4, fold it in half, and it's going to make that card to stand up. I'm going to glue this on and peel this off. No need to save that piece. But where did I put it? For this type of paper, I like to use a strip adhesive rather than the liquid. And I will just put on all 4 sides, whoops, so that it gives us a colorful spring-like background. Whoa. Then my flowers are going on this piece. I've also started the edge of it. And I'm going to attach it on the inside. Because it's the same width, it can just go down here for the continuity. And then we have to attach our flowers and our greeting. So the greeting is one out of that set. I did Easter blessings on this one. I decided to try Mother's Day and see if it fit in the same die. And these dies are from the Scallop Contours. So this is just the one. What I like to do is my stamping first, and then I can line up the die to cut it out rather than cut it out and try to stamp straight. So just my little trick. So I'm going to place my daffodils on there, and then I'm going to trim the bottom like I did there and add my greeting. So as you are watching, I'll try not to get too low on that, for it'll stick to the paper and then we'll really have a mess. How many of you have this set and have worked with it? What are your suggestions for it? I'm always open to ideas. I will be looking for those that you suggested, Tracy, for the pink and white to maybe make some of those in the near future. So really, like I say, once you get the die cutting done, putting the card together doesn't take very long at all. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put that just over like that. I don't normally put my hands on the front of a card like that. I like to burnish it more with more oomph on this side. Okay, so to trim that, I'm going to use my paper snips and just cut those little pieces off. And then for my greeting, I will use dimensionals on either side of that, just because it's going across a raised area like that. So the just a dimensional on either end will work. And there again, it gives, quite often we do this when we go to put it over ribbon, but in this case, it's going over these layers of greenery. You could put it straight. I kind of like it at a bit of an angle. And I am going to use plain Wink of Stella. Paper's pretty, yes, Gail, it is pretty paper. And Marie, you have yours but haven't used it. Okay, well when you do, please share with us. So I am going to just add some sparkle. And because the paper is so shiny, I don't think it needs any other sparkle other than, like I say, a little bit of this Wink of Stella on this part to You know how we always like sparkle no matter what we're doing, right? And there is our card. So very similar. I mean, you can put in which one you like best, but I think they're very similar. So not really much of a competition there to what, thanks Kathleen. I like seeing that you like what I did. That's awesome. And like I say, now I have a number of pieces left, some with adhesive sheets and some without. Okay, so that is the card. Now, the other set that I was talking about that's very similar with lots of pieces when you get it is the Pansy Patch. Now, this one is available on that sale that's on right now for the month of March. So you have some great words, some great fonts, and lots of different choices for the pansies. The what is the DSP called? The DSP, Marie, is called Hydrangea. I'll just put it here so you can see it. Hydrangea Hill Mercury Glass Designer Acetate. And it is in the annual catalog on that page with the paper that we sometimes can't find stuff. Just let me... It's on this page, this Specialty Basics. Today, and I will show you the Christmas card, we used this pearlescent paper. You'd never know that's what it looked like here, the copper. But way down here, and I may have to move that so you can see it, this is where you'll find that paper, is number 8. You get 4 sheets, 2 of each color, for $15.75. So, again, if you don't know about it, it's kind of hard to find it, I will agree. So the pansies, when you get them, you get a great number of dies as well. So just in case you haven't seen them, I thought I would show you those and show you what I did for my pattern sheets with those. These are stamped images. These are cut out of... No, those are stamped and cut out. I thought maybe they were out of paper because we did have some paper that went with it. And the all of the dies and how they fit together again. So many choices. Again, not that you have to use them all, but if you want to, you've got lots and lots of choices. And here is a card that I made using the stamped images, and it has, this is one from one of our staycations that we did last spring. So some great ways you can use those sets that have so many dies. Okay, so let's go on to show and tell. I have the Christmas cards we did today. So just to give you an idea of what we do in that class, we make 2 of each. So this is one. This is a second one, and this one is the same design, but I gave the gals a green and a red set because you get 2 of each. And then this is the one that uses that pearlescent paper that you may not know was in the catalog if you weren't looking for it. So, and this is a book fold. So another neat idea. And so let me know if you're interested in those classes. They are all on Zoom. I do prepare the kits and send them out in time for you to take part in the class. So a swap card from Rhonda. I love hanging around with you. Isn't that cute? And it's a set I don't have, so I really appreciate receiving swap cards at any time, but especially if I don't have the set. I can show you and I can see what they actually look like. And a swap card from Carolyn, and I don't have this set either. This is the tulip set that's currently in the catalog and some of the tulip paper with a different design there. So those are, yes, cute monkeys. They are. Okay, so if there's nothing else there, and like I said, I will go back and read all the comments. I really appreciate you commenting here or on YouTube, because I put the video over on YouTube afterwards. So if you're watching the replay in either place, I really appreciate your support. So I'm going to take my iPad over here with all the names in it from last week's video, and we will see who's going to win the card. I always have so many lights happening, so, oh, thanks, Janine. So I'm going to click spin and hold it still, and whoa. And we have a winner. Sharon, congratulations. So that card is this particular one that we made last week. I will be sending that off to you, Sharon. So thank you for commenting, and thank you for being here again today, because I know you are. So thanks to everyone for joining me. It's good to see you, and if you have any questions, concerns, whatever, just let me know. And otherwise, I hope to see you here again next week. Take care now. Bye.